Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. In this video, it's TV1's reality dating show, The One, episodes 10 and 11. I give a full episode recap with photos offset to the side, and you make sure to leave your questions and comments down below, and limited commercials to not ruin your flow. Kirk says I'm a girl dad, and the essence of who he is, he can't help but to check up on Ashley. Tammy wants to check in as well. Ashley had some time to wind down and read a book of love poems from Shavar. The process unfortunately made her a little sick and she had to step away. She did the same thing that Britt did by going to sleep in someone's bed in the dark, and things got steamy. Now Kirk wants the tea. Move over, Tammy. He grabs a pillow. Wait, what? Wait. So what happened? It was heavy kissing, even some tongue. Tammy even wants to know, did you want it to go further, girl? Was it some pop, lock, and drop it? They all laugh and understand that everyone is human. Poor Ashley felt guilty and they want her to not bash herself so much and forgive. Give herself some grace. Ashley does have doubts if Matthew is lying about drinking. Now it's time to check on Brent. Kirk wants to know straight up, have you been going around kissing all these women like any tongue? Tammy clears up the question. What he means is, has there been any passionate kissing? That's what he means. Brent confesses about Lisa, but it was a few pecks. Everything else has been kind of foggy, but nothing like that. It's all about growth. He's moving in another direction. Kirk wants Brent to continue to have fun, and more hard decisions are on the way. A professional photographer comes in to see which matches look better and what chemistry bleeds through the photographs. Addie B isn't present because he has to go to his brother's wedding in Mexico. Mika is up first, and Brent says their vibes do mesh well. They smile and laugh, catching some pretty good shots. Now it's Ashley's turn, and the photographer thinks that Ashley just might be the one. He also wants Brent to bring his hand a little lower. Lower? Yeah, now that's the stuff. Now the pose is super sexy. The ladies in the background are loving how Brent is very photogenic and is swooning all of them. Anyone can see that Lisa is ready for the touchy-feely to end. Now it's Richie's turn, and she's ready indeed. Once again, the photographer encourages touching and living in the moment, and Richie is doing just that. Last but not least, it's Lisa's turn, and she poses ready to roll. Brent thinks that Lisa was the best as she was more confident with her body and the way that she held herself. She stood out the most in his eyes. Richie says to the women, Lisa knew what he was wearing already because she almost made me wear this sparkly dress, and I was like, Mika then chimes in. She knew that ish. Richie is pissed, but I'll talk about that later. ADB calls from Mexico, and he's happy to see her. He even takes the time to introduce Ashley to his mom, older sister, and newlywed brother. The bride is super busy, so she couldn't come to the phone, but Addie B is happy that she answered his call. Ashley now misses Eddie B as he's constantly making the choice to call and check in on her, no matter the place or the time. Now it's time for Ashley and the guys to take their photos. Up first is Steve. He's a little shy at first and not sure how to hold his body, but eventually he gets into the flow. When Shavar jokes that the poses looked a little forced, Steve comes back with, that's not what the pictures are gonna say. Steve says to production that Matthew looks so uncomfortable. This is the same person that's been kissing all on Ashley. This is the type of guy that always chases women around, trying to kiss them. That's why I call him suavemente. The photographer wants Matthew to pick her up, and the fellas don't think he can do it, but he quickly proves them wrong. The cherry on the top is the photos look amazing. Shavar says to production that people have lower expectations for a guy my size, and they think that I can't rock certain fashions. Shavar is amazing with the camera and takes control of the vibe. Steve doesn't stop with the jokes though. He tells Matthew Shavar's over there looking like he's on the cover of a gospel album. No one knows if Shavar heard the comment, but Shavar turns it up by gracefully lifting Ashley into an incredible pose and nailing a candid photo afterwards. Brent is really feeling Ashley, and their connection is scary good. good. They enjoy some chess, and her focus is getting some more time with Brent and not watching him from afar. He loves how she gravitates towards him. She wants another hug to feel his embrace. To her, a man's touch is very important and speaking with conviction. Now she wants to know if he's a good kisser, and Brent wants to find out. Neither one of them hold back either. Brent stops everything before things get hotter, but he loved the kiss. Later that night, it's time to play a game. Ashley suggests that they all write a secret on a piece of paper and place it into the bowl. Then everyone will have a guess of whose secret it belongs to. Lisa is ready to put only juicy secrets down for more fun, but they all agree only write one secret each. Richie pulls the first secret and she says, "It's not me, but it reads, I used to be a sex addict." Few of the ladies think it's Matthew, and everyone can't help but to laugh, but he's like, "No, it's not me." Come to find out, it's Steve. He says, "I was about 18 or 19 years old, and I would prioritize sex over everything else." They all agree he was young, and that's not too bad of a secret. Now Ashley wants to take her secret back because everyone is being too PG. The group decides, nope, can't take it back. Let's just keep moving forward. Steve reads the next secret. Even if I wash under my underarms, I'm still musty? Steve can't help but to fall out on the floor from laughter, and the secret belongs to Mika. Mika reads the next one. In the shower, you can get it? Now Ashley is frustrated. These aren't secrets, let's redo these. They want to move on, and Matthew says the last read was his. Matthew reads the next one. Ooh, it says here that I sucked a pussy before. Everyone is shocked that the secret belongs to Ashley. Lisa high fives Ashley for being honest and not to feel bad about it, girl. It's okay. Brent says to production, it's always the shy ones that usually, do some things that are unexpected. Ashley reads the next secret. I had to pull over on the highway and take a The secret belongs to Lisa. She said, girl, I wasn't gonna make it. Now Ashley wants to stop the game and she feels that the secret, hers was way more deep, but they keep going. Ashley reads the next one. This one says, I got so high off an edible, I got butt naked, turned on the AC, and called my neighbor to come save me. They all scream, that's got to be Brent. Ashley is upset, and now she feels embarrassed. They move on to another game. How about this? Everyone's name will go in the bucket, and the name you pull, you have to imitate that person. They pick Shavar to pull a name first, and he says, all right, just to clarify, we all said that we can't get offended, right? And they all say, yeah, go ahead, go in. Shavar says, oh, okay. Richie tells him, lights, camera, action. OMG, where's Ashley? She ran around the corner and I don't know where she is. They laugh, and they know it's got to be Matthew. Matthew now does his impression. Yo, every time I get around Ashley, I don't get no time. And Steve knows that it's him, and everyone cracks up, except for Ashley. Now it's Steve's turn. All right, you guys, I just made some drinks, and everyone bursts into laughter. And they say in unison, Ashley. And even Ashley cracks up and says, hey, you gotta be a little bit more bubbly than that. But yeah, you got me down. That's surely me. Ashley now does her impression. Cause let me tell you something. Lisa knows it's her, and they all laugh again. She even gives Ashley a high five. It's definitely me, girl. Lisa then starts with, so all of you ladies are amazing. She can't even finish because everybody starts laughing. They know it's Brent when he tries to be serious. With all the laughter, Ashley seems determined to break the mood, but everyone continues. Brent begins his impression. There's even more laughter. It's Richie. Brent and everyone is starting to notice that Ashley isn't having fun, but the game was meant to laugh at ourselves and have fun. Ashley is bringing down the entire mood. Last but not least, it's Mika's turn. Okay, not gonna get mad, right? Everyone shouts Ashley because clearly she's the last name left, but they tell her to keep going. Yeah, this next decision, I had to do what's best for me, and everybody bursts out to laugh and says, of course, that's Ashley. And someone else adds, if I would have got Ashley's name, I would have just went in the back and disappeared. They all laugh, but Ashley says she's glad they find it funny, and she walks away from the group. Brent says to production, really? WTF is bothering you? Matthew goes in to speak with Ashley, and he knows deep down inside that she knows no one maliciously was trying to hurt her. Everyone was having fun, and he wants her to come back to have some fun with the group. Someone impersonated me, but it was all jokes. When it came to the secrets game, it's not our fault that you had an expectation level of what everybody else should share. Ashley feels like she has a target on her back, but Matthew says, you don't think I have one on mine? The guys already feel some type of way towards me. Ashley feels like, well, yeah, that's from the fellas, but I get it from the men and the women. Everyone takes a break in the kitchen, and some are saying that Ashley once again is being coddled away from the game. Brent can tell that the women are frustrated, and he agrees. It's like walking on eggshells around Ashley. It's always been about how is she now, what's going on now with Ashley. We all said for no one to get offended. Matthew invites Ashley just to play some pool with him, and she's okay with that. Steve and Shavar check on Ashley. They want to understand what's going on because everyone was having fun. She thinks that some made fun of her being sick, and the jokes were just at her expense. She's not mad, she just walked away. Steve isn't buying it because when he asked her what was wrong, she said nothing, but everyone could tell that something was wrong. Steve feels that after the game, he feels different energy from Ashley, and what he thought their connection was, now I can see she can turn things off and on at the drop of a dime. Ashley's not ready to find the one. She needs more work on herself. He now feels that he has more of a connection with one of the girls in the house, more than Ashley. When he first met Lisa, he thought, I would never date a woman like that. But the more that he talked to her, they had a lot in common. If Brent doesn't pick Lisa, he's definitely trying to holler at Lisa, hopping in the DMs, whatever it takes. He tells Ashley he just wants the same level of transparency that he gives to her. Richie and Mika feel Ashley takes it upon herself not to be engaged. Richie gets more specific. It's giving, I'm a brat and I'm too good for this process. Aw, crybaby. Richie says to production she wants to be the center of attention, but since there are other beautiful women in the room, she feels some type of way about it. I think she compares herself to other women here, and she actually likes Brent, but she can't compare where she can't compete. Lisa doesn't get it either. It was just a game. It's not that serious. And that is the end of the episode. Stay tuned for episode 11. There's some friction now between some of the ladies, and during game night, Ashley becomes offended and defensive. Now some of the men are questioning if Ashley is ready to find the one. Lisa feels that she wants to talk to Ashley and make sure that she's okay. Last night was supposed to be fun, and she distanced herself even more. Richie wants to strategize how they will bring up the matter to Ashley. She's shown that she's not too fond of these group settings. Throwing some shade while talking to production, Richie makes a joke that if she would have gotten Ashley's card last night, she would have just disappeared. Then Richie walks out of frame. She wants production to know that I hope some lessons were learned, and next time everybody knows to select someone that's strong, because she ain't it. She can't handle this process. Ashley just wants the ladies to be gentle and create an environment of safety and security. Lisa agrees. They should just give her a chance to speak about whatever she wants to, and just to keep that in mind. Ashley volunteers to go get the other Ashley and then reintroduces them as, hey, it's the Ashleys. Ashley admits that it hurt her feelings that she was the butt of the jokes last night, but the women feel that it was just a game. Plus, she could have easily got up and did an impression of someone else. Richie requests that Ashley allows the ladies to get to know her. Ashley also points out that they're bonding even with the fellas who are pursuing her. Everyone is growing closer as friends. They want to come to her room and talk to her as well, but she's closed off. Richie says to production again, while Ashley stays in her moods, we have to entertain her guys. It's not giving strong or bachelorette. Ashley appreciates them reaching out, and Mika wants everyone to move forward and remember why they are here. Richie goes to see Brent for a surprise massage, and he's down. He does tell her that he likes that she's honest and has a process of just truly being herself. She has no filter. She wants to know if that's offensive, but he says, no, it's just you. Also, since she's roommates with Lisa, does that affect the process of fluidity? She does feel that the process is fine, but since she shares a room with someone else he has a connection with, it's sometimes odd trying to decompress. Brent notices that there's some static between the two, and there's a flashback clip of Richie thinking Lisa knew Brent's attire before the fashion shoot. Richie tells Brent that I don't agree with her movement or style. For example, there are times when you want to spend time with the group, right? And when he does, he's attacked by Lisa. So then that takes the focus off of everyone else. So now I don't agree with that style. Brent laughs that I'm not being attacked by Lisa. She's just assertive and knows what she wants. Richie disagrees and feels that she's not genuine. I think she has other motives. I'm here to win a heart, not play games. There's a big difference. Brent knows now that eliminations will be even more difficult. He gets a chance to speak with Mika, and he can tell that she's been doing an amazing job balancing everything that's happened in the house. She feels that sometimes she wishes he came to her room and that he wanted to spend alone time with her. He understands and wants to make sure that they continue their connection. He wants her insight to anything that's been going on that needs attention. Is there anything that sparks caution in the house? She thinks that Richie is great, but she's very emotional and always goes after her roommate Lisa. Unfortunately, they always bump heads. Also, the way Lisa dresses. I think that you should only dress that way for your man. I mean, if it were me, I wouldn't dress like that around other men. She now wants to know how he feels about her. He loves talking with her and how she always remains to be herself. It's an impression that he admires. Matthew jokes how Ashley must have spied on him because they're practically wearing the same thing. They even have on the same Jordans, as one has on the 12s and the other has on the 11s. Ashley says to production that my sexual attraction towards Matthew is not the same as before. He was going through a lot and I was emotional. My emotions misjudged what was comfort. There's small talk between the two, but there's nothing major, talking about best kisses shared with someone and if someone ever felt to be their confidant. There's a talent show coming up and she can't wait to see what everybody brings to the table. Steve comes to see Ashley and he has an activity for the both of them, if she's down. Steve makes a note to production that he still feels that she's hard to read and if she's emotionally in a place to be ready for the one. Hopefully this activity will just help Ashley relax. He wants to meditate and for her to visualize what makes her happy. She can see herself married with 2 children, spending time with her family and just relaxing, enjoying it all. Steve can see himself as an entrepreneur with his own hair products, distribution deals, wife, children, a house, and they can be able to just do nice things. He guides her with narration and wants her to visualize positive energy flowing through her body. She feels that he needs to box up his voice and sell his voice just for relaxing. He wants to know if there's a true connection, but Ashley feels there isn't a romantic one. He agrees, but didn't want to rush anything. He wanted to kiss her, but Ashley isn't too thrilled to engage. She doesn't want to rush him, but there's not any romance. Steve says to productions that the guys spent more time with other ladies than Ashley, so who knows? He wants to get to know Lisa, and Ashley has a wall up. He doesn't know if he's ready to just do everything to jump over it. He then requests instead a kiss on the cheek, and she's okay with that offer. It's time for the talent show and Kirk and Tammy are ready to critique all of the acts. Richie goes first and she performs some intense emotional acting. Kirk isn't sure if Richie did an amazing job or if the kudos should go to the shirt that kept it all together. Brent even gives props to the shirt. Lisa shows how she can be able to make a fashion ensemble using only bedsheets, and Brent is impressed. Matthew spits some rap bars, which are interesting. Mika reads a poem that she wrote years ago, and Brent doesn't find that cool, as it's a love poem she wrote to an ex over 15 years ago. Ashley asks Kirk to drop a beat, and she performs a rap about Brent and the one dating show process, and it was great. Shavar does some stand-up comedy, and it's relevant laughs. They're pretty good. Even Kirk can't help but to laugh at some of the jokes. Steve does some improv as well, and he impersonates Kirk with the raspy voice. Kirk even asks Tammy, why is it that when people do impressions of me, they do it with a raspy voice? But Tammy can't believe the question. Baby, have you heard your voice? Steve closes the act with his Barack Obama impression as well. Everyone is super talented. Now Tammy and Kirk have to make the decisions of who won third to first place. Third place is Richie and her shirt. Second place is Ashley. And first place goes to Steve. With all of the arts in the air, Kirk can't help but to play some music himself, assisted by beautiful singers. It's a song dedicated to the cast and the show. Later, Brent goes to speak with Lisa, and she's finishing up on some touches for his shirt. Today is the day for eliminations, and Brent wants to clarify a few things. When she says, "I'm trying to win," what does she mean by that? She says, well, I want to win your heart. That's why I'm here. Lisa says to production that some people may be there for an opportunity or just to win a game, but she's there to find love. She came in true from the beginning. He wants to know about that static between her and Richie. Lisa feels Richie is very emotional and maybe a little jealous of their connection. It may intimidate her. Brent wants to know if she's aware of some of the ladies may feel she's too assertive or that she may step on toes. He gives an example of what someone told him, that she's always wanting to sit by him in a group setting, but he thinks it's because she knows what she wants and she's not thinking of anyone else. The next question he wants to know is he loves her style, but some of the outfits show more of her assets than the other women. He enjoys looking at her, but the other men in the house do too. Lisa explains that she's a free person and dresses how she feels. Of course, in a relationship, she would always consider how the other person felt and would compromise. She had no idea he felt that way. She understands that no man wants other men gawking. Ashley and Shavar play some chess, and he feels that queens move on the board the same way when it comes to dating life. She's the most powerful and is a representation of the king and everyone else around her. Ashley thinks that it can be vice versa. Both king and queen represent each other, and he agrees. He wants to know how she feels about him being there. And she loves that he's smart and makes her feel protected, but they haven't had a chance to experience romance. She wants someone more than just providing a good conversation. Shavar understands, but due to the situations of the house, he was uncomfortable and unsure of when to make those romantic attempts. He does admit that he's not great of initiating romance, but once he starts, he can finish. She doesn't want him to kiss her and rush romance, so instead, he wants to give her an endearing hug. Ashley says to production, wow, everyone's going for these kisses, man. Okay. Shavar says to production that he could be that guy, but the opportunity hadn't presented itself. And there you go. It's elimination night, and Kirk takes a moment to share that eliminations are hard for them as well. When someone goes home, their presence is missed. They get attached to everyone, getting to know them and learn their personalities. He can't prolong their attendance, so now it's time to listen to this difficult decision. He now gives the floor to Brent and Ashley. Ashley points out that this person hasn't been present, but she wants to get to know them better. This person is Addie. Next is Steve, and lastly, Matthew, which means that Shavar is eliminated. She wants to know more about Matthew. He makes her feel safe and wanted. Shavar is understanding to her choice as he wants her to be happy. He would have been more romantic and touchy-feely, but he wanted to be respectful. Ashley says to production there wasn't a physical connection, only a mental one. Brent's first person to stay is Ashley. His second choice, Richie. Kirk wants to sit with the remaining ladies because the emotions in the room are high. Tammy volunteers to sit with Mika and Lisa. Then Ashley joins. Brent knows that he is learning more and more about himself. And this choice isn't easy. He's learned more and more about going with his heart, and he chooses Lisa to stay. Brent says to production that you can't deny attraction and connection. You either vibe with a person or you don't. When it came to Mika, they were just growing as friends. Mika feels that Brent is such a cool guy, and Brent's decision reflects that she didn't make the connections needed. She's cool with being friends. Ashley felt the same way about Shavar. They had great friendship vibes, but no other connection. Kirk and Tammy can see that there will always be an attraction or connections, but it's all a part of the journey. Unfortunately, there will be more eliminations coming up. Stay tuned for episode 12.